these last two topics are actually not really related. It's just two topics that I noticed that we were struggling a little bit on. Okay, so first, evaluating functions. When I'm asked to evaluate, I have two pieces of information. Which equation to get, so I'm going to get the g equation, and what to plug in. So here I'm going to get the g equation, which is 3 times 4 to the power of, right, now this is where the x is, but instead I'm going to put the 3 there. Okay, now what's tricky here? Order of operations. Okay, PEMDAS. This is going to come up a lot. Okay, exponent happens before multiplication. Okay, so here I'm going to do this part first, the exponent first, 4 to the power of 3 first, then the multiplication. So this is going to be 3 times. Now what's 4 to the power of 3? Look, you could do 4 times 4 times 4 and get 64, right? That would be fine. Or you could do 4, you could do like this, 4 to the power of 3. And that would also get you 64. Doesn't matter. Okay, but this becomes 3 times 64. And again, we don't care that the numbers are big. We're just going to use the calculator. And here it is. Okay. This says get the h equation. So here's the h equation. Negative 7 times x plus 9. And we're going to take this number and we're going to plug it in. So negative 7 times 5, that's negative 35 plus 9. Okay, and negative 35 plus 9 is negative 26. Okay, and then this last one, f of negative 3. So I'm going to get the f equation. So the f equation is 5 times x squared minus 9x. Oof, and I'm plugging in a negative. Okay, so let's be super careful. Okay, here, this comes up again. The exponent comes before the multiplication. So I'm going to do this part first. So negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3. A negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, so that's positive 9. Look, once again, a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 9 times negative 3 is positive 27. Now I have multiplication and addition. Multiplication comes first, of course. And then I'm going to do 45 plus 27. And that's 72. Okay, my recommendation on this one, you know, I did some of it in my head, I did some of it in the calculator. On a final exam, I would just maybe check all my calculations in the calculator. Just, you know, be smart. Okay. This one, this is an equation in standard form. There's two options, okay? Option 1 is to rearrange into slope-intercept. And I really want you, watch both options because you might just find that one, just really clicks for you, okay? So this is option 1. And I would say this one clicked for more people when we did it originally. So we'll see. Remember, slope-intercept form is this, y equals mx plus b. So what I want to do is leave this y over here on the left side of the equation and move all the other junk over here, right? How it is like here. So here's my equal sign. I'm going to first move the term with the x, so I'm going to add 5x to both sides. Now, if it was positive 5x, I would subtract 5x, of course. Okay, but this becomes 5x plus 10. I'm going to divide by 2. Why am I dividing by 2? Because I want my equation to look like this, with y by itself. So I would get y equals 5 over 2x plus 5. Okay, and then when I go to graph it, I would put my y-intercept at 5. And my slope is 5 over 2, my rise over run. So what I want to do, and actually let me write it up here. What I want to do is go up 5 and right 2. But of course, I ran out of space to go up 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go down 5 and left 2. So I'm going to go down 5, left 2. And here's my line. So that's option 1 for graphing my line. Okay? Option 2 is to find the x and y intercepts. Now, hopefully, you know this from recently, that if I want the x-intercept, I just make the y equal to 0. So I'm going to take this equation, and I'm going to plug in 0 for y, right? This is always how I can find the x-intercept. 2 times 0 is 0. I'm going to solve this equation. Negative 5x equals 10. I'm going to divide by negative 5, and I get x equals negative 2. Okay, so this is the point where x is negative 2. Sorry, I just ran out of space here. And remember, y was 0. Okay, and remember, if I want the y-intercept, then of course I just make x equal to 0. So I take my equation and I plug in 0 wherever I see the x. and negative 5 times 0 is 0. So then I solve this equation, and I get y equals 5. And this, remember, is a point where x equals 0 and y equals 5. And then I could just graph these 2 points. I could graph negative 2, 0 right here and 0, 5 right here. And you'll see I get the same answer, right? So it's just a matter of preference, whether you like to find the intercepts or rearrange into slope-intercept form.